Sunshine Law Statement, all requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act have been met for this meeting of the Board of Education in the Borough of Oradell. Notice of this meeting was filed with the town, with the record in town news, and all persons requesting such notice. Mr. Griffin, will you read the mission statement?
Yes, I will. The Oradell Public School District is a safe and nurturing learning community dedicated to ongoing pursuit of educational excellence. Inspires lifelong learning in its children through comprehensive, innovative curriculum and instruction. The district fully supports and expects the attainment of New Jersey's core curriculum content standards on the part of all students within a school environment designed to maximize student potential, develop responsible citizens, and promote respect for the uniqueness of all individuals.
Thank you. Roll call.
Mr. Darian.
Here.
Mr. Griffin.
Here.
Mrs. Levy. Here. Mrs. Moran. Here. Mrs. Shapiro. Here. Mrs. Walker. Here. Mr. Walsh. Here. Dr. Wesley. Mrs. Nichols.
Here, open to the public for agenda items only. Okay, not seeing any, we'll move forward. We have a special presentation tonight. Mrs. Walker, would you like to maybe introduce the presentation and let us know?
Yes. On behalf of Rotary, which I'm a member and Mrs. Norian's a member, we have the treasurer of Rotary here tonight, Mr. Nick Ignazi, and he's also owner of Jay's Pharmacy, who is going to be presenting a check that we are donating to the OPS. I think you're going to share what it's for. Okay. We were really excited about the program, the fundraiser. We coordinated and partnered with the PTA back in October, and it was such a successful event. This is our second time. We do it every other year with the Wizards. The event is a sold-out event at Riverdale High School, and it's a great family event. So Rotary is very thankful to have been part of pairing off with the PTA, because they're a great group of dedicated folks. And also we're very proud to have made so much money and been able to turn it back to the school.
Could you add to that?
She just stole my
Yes.
phone.
I know. So go ahead. Give us your presentation.
I represent the Oradell Missing Rotary, and on behalf of the PTA, all the members of the Rotary, and the Interact Club, works very hard for us, and we'd like to present a $3,000 check for the audio-visual equipment to help defray the costs for the new one.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Anybody else can join Rotary? There's more than enough room for you to join us. Yes. Well, the PTA actually took care of donating, I believe, their funds. So this is from what we put in our funds. Yes, maybe make your whole check. Yeah. You can hand it to them.
I was smiling. Oh, were you? That's awesome.
It wasn't only for me.
That's right. Well, it's from the whole club.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And you don't have to stay for the rest of our meeting. Don't worry. We won't feel insulted.
Yeah.
I got plenty of paperwork.
I'm sure you do.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, moving on, we have a presentation by Johnson Controls on our ESIP project. Take it away.
All right, thank you very much. We're very happy to be here to
And can I just ask you to maybe hold the mic so it gets on, it's able to be recorded better?
Hello? There. All right. Well, thank you. We're very happy to be here. Happy to present our project, the energy savings project for the district. My name is Tim Barnish. I am an operations manager with Johnson Controls. And here with me tonight, we have Haiyan Zhao. Haiyan is one of our performance engineers. She's responsible for reporting back to the district on the actual savings of the project. And we also have Don Bellamy. Don is our construction manager, and he's been responsible for all aspects of construction throughout the project. So you all have a copy of the presentation, but we're also showing it up on the screen. Just a quick agenda. We're going to talk about ESIP. ESIP is the Energy Savings Improvement Program. We're going to speak to measurement and verification and the guarantee and how that works. And then go through each of the various energy conservation measures, how those savings are applied and calculated, and then talk about the actual savings and go into how those savings look compared to the actual guarantee itself. So just wanted to start off quickly by going through what is ESIP. ESIP is Energy Savings Improvement Program. It's a legislative action through the state of New Jersey that was enacted back in 2009. It allows for local government entities such as school districts, local governments to provide for financial mechanism to provide energy savings improvements within their buildings, whereby those savings actually help pay for the project itself. And a quick timeline just to bring everybody up to speed on when this started and kind of where we are today. There was an RFP issued by the district back in May of 2015, where Johnson Controls was selected as the energy services company in May of 2015. Then there was an energy savings plan and contract that was signed in December of 15, and then the construction itself got underway in August of 2016. One of the aspects of the whole program is, as I mentioned, energy savings, which help pay for the project. So what goes along with that is there's a guarantee of those savings, and to help demonstrate and actually perform the guarantee is a service that's referred to as measurement and verification. So measurement and verification is a tool that's used to calculate and report back on the savings using a number of different protocols. These are all industry standard protocols that all the energy services companies that provide this type of project, they actually follow. So this isn't something Johnson Controls created. We follow along with the various industry standards. And when we develop that M&V plan, as we refer to it as, there are savings that the project returns back to the district. There's also a cost associated with performing this measurement and verification service. So we try to balance the cost of that service with the quantity of savings that the district will receive. There are 4 various options. I'm not going to go into each one of these in detail. Just know that these are the various options we follow. And the way we've done this project, Haiyan's going to talk about this in a little bit, is we've isolated each one of the various measures, the energy retrofits, to help determine and report back to you on how each one of those perform. And in addition to actually measuring the various savings, there are a handful of what we refer to as non-measured savings. We limit these to about no more than 10 to 15% of the total project itself. So I wanted to talk about the guarantee. So the guarantee is actually optional within the ESIP legislation. It is actually it's encouraged that all of our customers do take this guarantee because it helps protect this investment. This is a large investment that the district undertook, and this is one way to help protect that, because as we look at the guarantee, if there's any instance of time where these savings that, again, that the project is supposed to return to you fall short of our guarantee, then that cost difference would come back to you either in the form of a check or in-kind services for the value of that shortfall. And if there are any excess savings at the end of any given guarantee year, those savings just go right to you. So you keep all of those savings with you. Okay? There's reports that happen. There's a construction period report which will be provided at the completion of the project when the project reaches substantial completion. And then every year thereafter on that guarantee date, you will receive an annual report which demonstrates to you how well the project has performed relative to that guarantee. I'm going to turn it over to Diane now. She's going to share with you the savings and how we've achieved those savings.
So now we're on page 6. Yeah, so like what Kim said, there are 4 options, A, B, C, and D in the IP and VP. But in this project, we only use option A and B. And the difference between option A and B and C and D is A and B, the ECMs that we use in option A and B are isolating the ECM itself from the other equipment in use.
Can you speak into your mic? Closer? Here, hold it close to your mouth, thanks.
And here is the formula. Here is the formula, the general formula showing how we calculate the savings. And during the development phase, we establish the baseline of the ECM that we installed and see how much they are yielding before they are replaced. Okay. And during the construction period or the performance period, we will either use the control system or do the actual measurement to verify how much they're using in the post period. And the difference is between the baseline and the post retrofit show the savings, but sometimes adjustment is required too. For example, for the control system, the schedule may be different, the temperature set point may be different. So in that case, we need to consider how much that will affect the savings, and we will add that adjustment to the formula. And option A is also called K parameters retrofit isolation. It's just a one-time or short-term measurement, pre and post measurement for the K performance parameters. Okay. And non-merit factors are agreed upon between the customer, like the school, and contractor, like JCI. Okay. And the ECM that using option A in the school project is, for example, is the lighting replacement and lighting controls, and also the building automation control upgrade. And we will talk about the details of what we did during the development phase and the construction phase in the next couple of slides. And option B is called all parameters retrofit isolation. The name is called itself. So we will measure all the K parameters to verify the savings. The example using option B is the solar photovoltaic and the combined heat and power that are installed in the school. And slide 9 just lists the ECMs and the M&V options associated with each individual ECM. And note here the non-variable ECM does not mean we don't verify the savings or we don't do anything. We still need to check the operation of the equipment and using the manufacturer specification to see if it's working well, and we will still verify the savings of those ECMs. Okay, for the lighting replacement and lighting controls, we use option A. And during the development phase, we measure the wattage of the pre-retrofit lighting fixtures. I believe it's fluorescent T8 lighting fixtures. And we also install lighting loggers to verify how many hours the lighting fixtures were running before we do anything. Then after the new lighting fixtures installed, we took the measurement again to verify, okay, how much wattage the new lighting fixtures are consuming. And the difference between the pre and post decide the savings. Okay, the next one is the building automation system upgrade. It's also using the option A. The strategies we propose here is to decrease the heating temperature set point during the occupied and the unoccupied heating period, and also increase the temperature set point during unoccupied cooling period, and optimal controls and demand control ventilation in the auditorium and gym. By doing so, you actually receive the natural gas savings and electric savings. And the next one is combined heat and power. It's using option B. We actually install the meters in this, associated with the CHP system, including the natural gas meters, the BTU meters, and the KW meters. So with these meters, we can verify, okay, how much electricity is generated from the system, and how much BTU is recovered from the system, and how much BTU is used to run the system. So by collecting the operation data of the system, we can verify the efficiency of the system and see how much savings it's generating. And next one is solar photovoltaic or solar PV. It's used in option B2. And we have the meters installed to measure the solar irradiance and the solar panel output. And here is the saving calculation to calculate how much kilowatt hour is generated from the solar PV system. And slide 14 lists the non-measurable ECMs. To verify the savings from the non-measurable ECMs, we will verify the baseline scenario during the development phase. And for the post-retrofit, we will verify the operations through the final as-built and the manufacturer specification. Most of the non-measurable ECMs stay with the scope, okay? But there are two exceptions. The first one is the addition of the cooling to the auditorium, actually to this space. The original plan was to install a 20-ton variable refrigerant flow system or VRF system. But during the design phase, the customer agreed to change from the VRF to the traditional rooftop unit. And the size is increased from 20 to 49. And another minor change is to the plug load controls, or the board devices you probably see from in the office, printers or copy machines. We have seen that. So original scope was to install 92 devices. And after it was done, after verification, we found out actually 94 devices were installed. So this actually increased the saving a little bit. And page 16 compares the original estimate savings guarantee for the first year and the projected savings achieved during the first year. And at the bottom of page 16, you will see the construction savings achieved during the September 2016 to December 2018. Actually, the school already achieved almost $161,000. And that includes the energy savings, the rebate, including the Smart Start rebate and the demand response. The slide 17 has the completion date of the ECMs. Okay. Most of the ECMs were done in 2016 or 2017. And the last ECM that was combined heat and power, and is expected to be completed by the end of next month. questions.
Yeah, I have a couple of questions. Make my mic work. On slide 15, for the addition of cooling to the auditorium, I think the listing is flip-flopped in reverse. I think we initially started with a 40-ton rooftop unit and we switched to a 20-ton VRF system. No? No? It's the other way around? Okay.
The VRF system was the cartridges that would be on the wall in here
Oh,
that was shot down by the board
that's right.
after contract was signed. And then we ended up putting up the rooftop with the coil in the upstairs.
I had this confused with the system we were going to put on top of this roof versus what ended up going
Out back.
in the other system. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And then regarding slide 16 with the savings, is there a way we can get some data behind some of those projected savings, specifically with our utility consumption rates and some of that BSCG bill?
Yeah, we had that data.
You do?
We do compare the baseline utility bills and the current year utility bills. But I just talked to Nico, because the login credential to the utility companies didn't work anymore, so I only have the bills stopping by last November.
Okay.
You only have it through last November? So will there be analysis as of June 30th for us this year? Like our actuals, because I know these are projected, will we see our actuals? Will there be an actual?
Yes, and we need to get access to the bills.
So a quick question, the ESIP project ends, what's the last date on that? I know it's somewhere.
It's April.
Is that when the guarantee comes into play? That's when it starts?
Correct. The guarantee will start the following month, which we May 1st.
And we paid for the first year?
No, you have not paid for the first
There
year.
wasn't some original $10,000 like in the original contract that we,
Correct. And you would receive that bill upon the completion of the,
so we didn't pay that yet?
no,
And the bill would be for next year?
correct.
10,000.
And it's billed quarterly in arrears, I believe? Quarterly in arrears? Yeah.
Will we pay it next year? No.
Should. Well, we start, say, it's May 1st of 19, that would be,
Then, I think it's the 1920 year, right?
Correct.
Sorry, I'll review it again.
But it doesn't subsequent years, but if we finish it 19, it would be, if we finish it this May. Okay, we need to look at that, and that's something that renews every year.
Correct.
Wasn't the first year supposed to be included though?
No. No.
You sure?
I'm positive. I've read the contract many times.
I'm sure you did. All right, but someone will give us an actual analysis like June 30th?
Yes.
Yeah, I know you have the history from the baseline.
Mhm.
It just would be nice to see, the data monthly, currently versus the baseline. So if we can get that data between BA and yourself and share it with us, that would be great. I mean, you don't have to come present, just, so we'd like to see some of that. And then in terms of the insurance, we followed your advice. We decided to go with the insurance just to make sure that we have the savings. And I think that is a 3-year guarantee, is it? It's been a while since we've discussed it.
Yes, we build 3 years into the contract, and it is renewable every year. However, if you choose not to continue with it, that's up to you. In other words, after the first year, even after the second year, if you decide, okay, we see the savings, we understand where this is going, you can then choose to cancel after that.
So how does the 3-year guarantee compare to the 1-year annual renew? So that we let's say it starts next year, it's guaranteed for 3 years, and then afterwards, every year we have to renew?
That would be correct, yes.
Oh, okay.
Any other questions for the board? Mr.
directly to you.
Yeah, I just
To ask Mr. Darian, from your perspective, I know you were really involved with this. Does this look like the type of savings you were wanting to see?
Yes, actually. It's in line with what was presented to us at the beginning of the project. Like with any project, this was multifaceted, and so it was very interesting when we rolled this out. You can see here from December of 2016 to really till the end of 2017, most of the work was done. And I think that if it wasn't for this ESIP program and the way it was structured financially, most of these items, wouldn't have been accomplished. So, while sometimes you look back and you say, it was a lot of work, but at the end of the day, I'm glad that we did it, and I think we're very successful.
You know, we received all the rebates I know we were supposed to have the savings, is that, I didn't know, have we gotten the rebates we were supposed to?
Yes, you already received all the Smart Star rebates and the first rebate and the CHP.
So everything is received?
Yes.
CHP.
The CHP, the second CHP rebate will be submitted after the CHP is installed.
And you know how much that rebate will be for?
The second one is 55,000 and the last one is 22,000.
You got the 22? So the 55,000 we'll be receiving next year?
Well, depending on how long it takes TRC to review the rebate.
Anyone else have comments? Ms. Walker?
On slide 16, just a clarification on the addition of the cooling to the auditorium. I guess that's predicated by slide 15, where we went from 20 tons to 40 tons. So it's in red, the difference being 12,000 guaranteed to the projector.
And that's negative or additional cooling.
Right. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Well, I think that I enjoyed working with Johnson. Professional. Thank you.
Thank you to the committee, Greg, John, carrying through with this thing. Looks like it's our project.
Yeah, I think it worked. I mean, we, from the lighting to, we had a bunch of other projects that we did.
We would be freezing right now, actually.
And the one thing that we haven't really taken into account is, items that we would have had to replace that have been replaced with this. So, these are building maintenance items that we are now going to forego for an extensive period of time. Like the LED lights are fairly long lasting. The brand new univents for the classrooms. We had old aging equipment that was constantly needing repair. Those repairs, we're not experiencing any repairs. So, yeah, there was an initial upfront, but every subsequent year now, since we have new equipment, we're not looking at a higher maintenance cost. So, yeah, energy savings is important. And, I'm sure the building, the climate in the building, the air conditioning and the heating climate, not climate, is much better. So, thanks to this program. And as you can see, this building was built in 1928. So, we have, a lot of old legacy systems. And, it's not easy keeping an old building like this, up to date. So, a program like this really helped us get along very quickly.
Thank you very much for coming. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
You don't have to stay for any later. Okay, moving along. I had emailed everyone, I believe, last week about these two resolutions that New Jersey School Board is asking or suggesting that each board pass. I don't know if anybody got a chance to read them. There are copies in your packets tonight. Anybody have any questions on them? This is something that I believe Dr. Henson, they were trying to pass for 3 years, but the school board has been fighting it, I guess.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Does anyone have any questions? Because we'll be voting on them under administrative items.
I don't know if it's really a question, it's just a comment. Is this the appropriate time? Yeah, so in general, I would just, these resolutions, I don't know if you guys have had a chance to both read the resolution and also the legislation that it is addressing, but the legislation that it is addressing are like employee protections. They really are to protect the employees. You know, this resolution about subcontracting makes it seem like we can't subcontract anything. That's not the case. Reading through the legislation is about we can't subcontract whenever it's going to affect an employee that actually has a bargaining agreement. And, you know, when I'm looking at these, I want to do the right thing by our school district. I think we need to protect the taxpayers. But I also am not a big fan of eliminating protections for employees. So from my perspective, these resolutions are against bills that actually, you know, are kind of helping people. So I won't be voting for them, and that's the reason why I won't be voting for either one of these.
Any other questions?
Again, I'm going to just say it's not a question. I echo Mr. Griffin's remarks. It's very similar to what exactly I was going to say, and I will not be voting for them either tonight.
So there are two different bills. They're two different things. One is regarding tenure versus certain classes of employees that don't have it currently. So you're not necessarily protecting anything, you're adding to certain positions that you may not want to do that.
Yeah, so I think that first one, let me just look at that. Yeah, having read it, it's more about letting them have arbitration. That's the main thing. It's allowing them the right to have binding arbitration if they have some sort of disciplinary action. So, you know, that seems like a fair right of an employee. And, you know, I